The old ways of advertising on LinkedIn just don't work anymore. Let me show you the latest LinkedIn ad strategies we're using to generate thousands of B2B leads. Predictive audiences. So what if you could use AI to reach your target audience on LinkedIn? Predictive audiences use LinkedIn's AI to target users most likely to convert based on their behavior and attributes. This is LinkedIn's latest machine learning that's looking at millions of engagements to find you the right audience. So therefore, you can get leads that are lower cost and higher quality with better ROI because we're focusing on users with a higher propensity to take action. Now, I've seen predictive audiences work amazingly well and also completely bomb. Why? Well, with machine learning, it's garbage in, garbage out. If the basis of the audience you're used to predict on is mediocre, then you're going to find more people who are mediocre. So you want your predictive audience to be based on people who are truly ideal. Now, there are two ways to create a predictive audience. The first way is to upload a contact list of people into LinkedIn that might include their name, their email address, or their job title, and upload that into LinkedIn. That list can be based on your existing customers or even your ideal customers. The other way to create a predictive audience is to base it on people who've already been engaging with your ads. So maybe they've been watching your videos, clicking on your ads, looking at your document ads. LinkedIn can find more people just like these that are engaging with your ads. A quick tip is that you want to start with a bigger predictive audience and then narrow and filter it down. LinkedIn recommends a minimum audience size of at least 50,000 people. So if you start by building a predictive audience that's 100 or 150,000 people, you can narrow it down further to your ICP. You should also know that LinkedIn requires a minimum of 300 people in your audience. So if you're uploading a contact list of people to match, you probably want to start out with 400 people because it's not going to match everyone. Thought leader ads. What if instead of having ads coming from your company page, you can have them coming from your personal account? Thought leader ads are just that, and this wasn't always the case. In the past, you could only run ads from your company page, but LinkedIn has changed that because people trust people and people buy from people. So now you can position your CEO and other company leaders as thought leaders. So instead of just posting organically and getting 100 or 1,000 organic impressions, you can boost these posts with ads and get 10,000, 100,000 impressions. This builds trust faster. The most important thing you want to do is create short videos. These can be 20 to 45 seconds long, and each one should start with a very strong hook in the first few seconds, just like you do on TikTok or Instagram. These short form videos shouldn't be promotional, but they should really be focusing on your ICP's pain points and how to help them reach their goals. You want to be authentic, and it's okay to shoot with your phone. You might have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit too. When the videos are ready, your company leader is going to post them to their personal LinkedIn page like they normally would as a post. Then after that, you're going to boost them with LinkedIn ads. If you want the exact step-by-step guide on how to do this, check out my other video here on it. You're blowing your money by bidding wrong. Millions of dollars are being lost every month. So look, you have to first understand that LinkedIn's ad system is an auction just like Google Ads. The highest bidder gets the click or the impression. Now, every single time you create a new campaign in LinkedIn, it's setting your default bidding strategy to maximum delivery. And maximum delivery overbids. And I don't just mean a little. I mean like you're spending 4 times the amount that you actually need to. So instead of getting $200 leads, you're now getting $800 leads. The correct way to do it? It's called manual bidding, and it's a hidden field. You want to manually control your bid and bid as low as possible to get your clicks and impressions. I mean, if you could get clicks for $10, you would never spend $40 for those same exact clicks, right? That'd be insane. So how do you do this? You want to start by bidding lower than LinkedIn's recommended bidding range. Don't be afraid. This range is just a recommendation. You can bid anything you want. So when you first start out, you don't really know how much you should bid. Are you bidding too high? Bidding too low? So here's how we're going to manage it. If it's spending your full daily budget, then you're probably bidding too high and you can bid lower. If you're not spending your full daily budget, then you're probably bidding too low and you should bid higher. Let's talk about lead gen forms, because what if you could get insanely higher conversion rates from your LinkedIn ads? When you're generating leads, let me ask you which of these has the least friction for your prospect. Option 1, they wait for a web page to load, they try to navigate this new web page, and then they have to manually enter all of their contact info. Option 2, they click a button. Yeah, that's what you're doing when you're sending someone to your landing page to generate leads. It can be the best landing page in the world, but your performance will be awful. Trying to generate leads on landing page is high friction and low conversion, which means you're gonna have a very high cost per lead. For example, the conversion rate on a website might be like 1 to 10%, whereas with lead gen forms, I'm averaging about 25% as a conversion rate, and I've seen them as high as 40 or 50%. And think about how this equates to your cost per lead. Leads that you're trying to generate on your website for $600 might now be $200 or less. You never want the objective of your LinkedIn ads campaign to be website visits or website conversions unless you absolutely have to. Lead gen forms are absolutely frictionless. Your prospect stays in LinkedIn, their contact info is pre-populated, and their info gets sent right into your CRM. I would only use lead gen forms, and here's 2 additional tips. First, make sure the copy on the lead gen form matches the copy in the ad. If there's a mismatch, they're not going to convert. Second, spend the time to copyright the title of the lead gen form as well as the description below to get the highest conversion rate. Ad formats. Are you still using single image ads? You're missing out on LinkedIn's entire suite of engaging ad formats, especially now that LinkedIn has launched their video feed. LinkedIn Ads offers a variety of very unique ad formats, including document ads, event ads, conversation ads, spotlight ads. There's a whole bunch. You want to choose the ad format that's going to stop the scroll and grab someone's attention. LinkedIn has become TikTokified, and now short form video is really starting to dominate. Short form video is very engaging and very dynamic. You can quickly communicate your value and people start to feel like they actually know you. You do want to think of it like a TikTok video. You want a strong hook in the first 3 to 5 seconds to grab attention, and you want to keep the video short, maybe 20 to 45 seconds. Another example of an engaging ad format on LinkedIn is document ads. They're super underrated. Your target audience can start flipping through a guide or a report right in their newsfeed without having to open or click anything. Another underutilized example is conversation ads. We're seeing a lot of success with conversation ads by sending them to our retargeting audiences who've already seen or heard of us once or twice before. It's really important to experiment with different ad formats. And within those ad formats, you want to try different creative, different headlines in them, and A/B test and find what resonates best with your ICP. At a minimum, you should be testing at least 2 different creatives at once, but you could really be testing more like 4 or 5 different creatives to see what really resonates with people. Because at the end of the day, LinkedIn ads is very empirical, which makes it very data-driven. And you can look and see exactly which ads are performing best based on the metrics that are most important to you. So how should you optimize your LinkedIn ads? Beginners would start by optimizing down the CPL, the cost per lead. So rather than getting a $300 lead, you're getting a $50 lead. But all leads are not created equal, and the leads that convert into sales meetings and actual revenue might not always be the cheapest. So you want to optimize your LinkedIn ads not on top of funnel vanity metrics, but on down funnel metrics and ultimately on new revenue. So how do you do that? Well, LinkedIn ads integrates directly with CRMs like HubSpot and Salesforce. So we want to pull in all of the data from LinkedIn ads into your CRM, track the leads through the sales funnel, and see which leads actually convert into paying customers. Once we have paying customers, we look back at which campaigns, which audience targeting, which offers and ad creatives they came from. And then finally, we can optimize based on this. But what if you haven't gotten any new revenue or new customers from LinkedIn yet? Or if your sales cycle are 6 months long? Even if you don't have closed deals yet, you can still look down funnel and see which ads and campaigns are bringing your leads further down the sales funnel. So you can use leading indicators like SQLs, sales meetings that were booked, sales calls that went well, proposals that were offered. And when you're finally optimizing, how do you actually optimize? Well, you want to allocate more budget to the offers and ads that are performing best. You also want to kill ads and campaigns that just aren't performing. And then you want to iterate further on well-performing ads for more improved performance. Bottom of funnel offers. I can generate you a ton of low-cost, top-of-funnel leads all day long by offering your ebook or lead magnet for download. But these leads are not sales ready. In fact, you want new paying customers and sales deals. The problem is your prospect is currently scrolling their LinkedIn newsfeed right now. And the cold truth is they've never heard of you and they don't care about you. In fact, they have exactly 0 interest in your free demo because they're happily scrolling their newsfeed right now and they don't want to schedule a meeting with someone they don't know about something that they don't know that they need. So what do? You want to offer something of massive value absolutely for free. For example, one of our clients is an SEO agency and they offer an absolutely free SEO audit. Another company we work with creates high-end videos and they offer an absolutely free video. A third example is a back office operations company we work with that offers an entirely free C Corp Incorporation, which is an $800 value that they offer as a loss leader. You need enough free and massive value to get someone over the hurdle of stopping scrolling through their newsfeed and converting with you and taking the time to schedule a meeting with you for tomorrow at 2 o'clock. People are only going to do that if there's some massive free value for them. Otherwise, they're going to move on. And this value has to directly align with their desires, with their biggest pain points and their ultimate goals. So you want to ideate on different offers and then test at least 2 or 3 of them. So what's the easiest easiest way to get initial quick wins. It's hands down retargeting. Why? Because these people have already demonstrated interest in your stuff and they've already seen you once. They've raised their hand that your messaging resonates with them and now they're warm. Whereas when you're targeting a completely cold audience, the majority of them are not interested right now and they've never heard of you before, so the ad spend is much less efficient. Now, LinkedIn has 10 incredible ways to retarget, and I go through the entire step-by-step process to set this up in my other video. A few examples are that you can retarget people who've watched your videos on LinkedIn, clicked on your document ads, or hit your website. Now, if your CRM has at least a few hundred contacts in there, then your very lowest hanging fruit is to sync your CRM with LinkedIn ads to start retargeting everyone in your CRM. The beautiful part is that as new leads come into your CRM, it'll automatically update the audience on LinkedIn so that it's always up to date with new leads that are coming into your CRM that you're then retargeting. There are just a few steps to syncing your CRM with LinkedIn. If you're using HubSpot, watch my HubSpot integration video where I walk through this step by step. Now, if you don't want to sync your CRM, you can always manually export all of your contacts and then re-import them back into LinkedIn with a contact list. Using this method won't keep it up to date, but it'll still work. How are you going to grab people's attention on LinkedIn? LinkedIn users scroll their feeds pretty quickly, just like on other social media. And LinkedIn's metric of dwell time tells us how long someone's dwelling on your ad. At its worst, I've audited ads that have a dwell time of just 1 or 2 seconds. And the average click-through rate on LinkedIn ads is very low at just 0.5%. So if 200 people see your ad, only one of them will click on it. So if you can't grab their attention, then you'll never get noticed. So here are some tips. With video ads, just like on TikTok, you really need to hook them within the first few seconds to grab their attention, otherwise they'll keep scrolling. With image ads or document ads, having bold, bright, or contrasting colors will catch people's eye. Your messaging needs to be short and sweet, and I mean really short. You can't jam 20 words into an image ad. Think of it like a billboard. Try to keep it under 8 or 10 words max. 5 words is great. Make sure that you're hitting on their deepest pain points and goals in order to resonate. And if your product uses AI, then lead with that, as AI is hot and I've seen it double your click-through rate. Audience segmentation. To get the best performance from your campaigns, it's really important to test different audiences to see how performance varies. You can target by job titles, job functions, skills, groups, seniorities. You can also break audiences apart by industries, company size, years of experience. Once you segment into separate audiences, you can then also tailor your messaging to each specific audience. Segmented audiences will give you higher ad relevance, improved engagement, better conversion rates, and less wasted ad spend. Now, in order to segment your audiences, you'll want to get a deep understanding of all of LinkedIn's targeting options. Check out our other video here for a deep dive on all of LinkedIn's audience targeting options.